January of 2015, I was crossing the street around Plaza Midwood area with my friends, and we were thrift shopping, doing some like stuff for our fashion blog, and we crossed the street and we were at a crosswalk, and all to my right side, a big giant like F-250 pickup truck just came and clipped my whole entire right side. And so I ended up waking up in the street with a shattered right femur.
Laura gets a phone call from one of Collier's friends that indicates that Collier has been in a horrible accident with no definition of what actually took place or the condition of Collier.
So they brought me to CMC immediately.
We actually beat the ambulance there, and that was probably the most nerve-wracking 5 to 10 minutes waiting for Collier to arrive.
I had all the x-rays and scans and everything, and they obviously found that I was going to need surgery almost right away.
My team had kind of evaluated her in the emergency room, and just like all of our trauma patients, when they come in with injuries like that, they're evaluated by a whole team. I came in that night to see her and to meet with the family, to talk with them about what we would need to do, as she had a femur fracture that would need to be addressed surgically. So she underwent surgery. It probably took us about an hour and a half or so, which is pretty standard for that type of injury. So initially, right after surgery, she did fairly well and sort of had the usual issues with pain control.
When I actually woke up from the surgery, I just thought, whoa, this is more than I really thought it was ever going to be. And so I just didn't really know how I was going to get my life back after that.
I would say her mental state was pretty fragile at first. She was very concerned about being able to walk again, and they got her up pretty quickly. I think maybe 24 hours after surgery they had her walking with help, and then she was worried about running again.
The time went by and I had been doing all my rehab and everything. I was kind of right on track of where I thought I'd be. After about 6 months I was doing good, and then I don't know, I just started to have a lot of pain, kind of from, they put a rod in the middle of my leg, and so the rehab ended up taking an extra year than it was supposed to, so I missed an extra season just from some of the complications with the hardware sticking out of my leg. And so I just constantly was faced with kind of the option to give up.
She, I think, struggled early on with sort of just dealing with the actual accident itself, which is really, really common for a lot of these trauma patients that we see and take care of. Collier and other patients like her was really the impetus and the push for me to try to work with others and develop what's called the Pediatric Trauma Survivors Network. Through Carolina's Healthcare, the Trauma Survivors Network has been a big part of being able to support patients and their families in sort of dealing with a lot of the bad traumas that can occur that we see and take care of here. We've been very fortunate, groups like the Baxter Foundation and other philanthropic groups that have been willing to kind of contribute to endeavors like this.
I think along the way I had a lot of people I could kind of give credit to.
Her trainer at Myers Park High School worked with her literally almost every day, and she's associated with Levine and the Carolina healthcare system.
Watching Collier's progress over the course of the last 3 years has been fantastic. I visited her in the hospital when she had her accident, and when I looked at her in the hospital bed, I was not too sure that she was going to be able to play again.
She's very stubborn, which she gets that from both of us. Thank goodness she's that stubborn, because she just didn't give up.
Number 5, Collier Barksdale. Collier Barksdale has been a part of the Myers Park Women's Lacrosse program since her freshman year.
She has done an amazing job being patient and working through the pain, working through adversity, and has been a true example to her teammates and our whole Myers Park community.